I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for Family Hustle.
Right.
Now, it does come with some, it's some adversity. It's some adversity to come with that. People get in your business.
Yeah.
T.I.'s son, King Harris, has been arrested after not appearing in court and some other things connected to his actions.
Something wild is bubbling in Atlanta, and the whispers in the streets are getting louder by the minute. The Harris family, once hailed as the royal dynasty of reality TV and Southern hip-hop, is now teetering on the edge of collapse. And it ain't just because King Harris is spazzing out again. What we're watching is the public cracking of a legacy that used to look bulletproof. That picture-perfect family portrait, it's been ripped to shreds by viral fights, messy leaks, and rumors so wild they sound like a cross between daytime talk TV and paternity court drama. King Harris, the son once paraded as the heir to T.Y.'s empire, has decided he's done playing nice. Forget sticking to the family script, he's airing it all out. Not just through his music, but by firing off accusations of mistreatment and hinting at the one question that's been haunting him for years: who's really his father? And if you thought that was enough drama for one night, buckle up. Word is, the truth about King's father could blow up everything the Harrises have worked to build under the spotlight. This isn't some side scandal. It's a bomb waiting to go off, and the blast radius could stretch across the entire industry. Looking back, maybe we should have known this storm was coming. King's rebellion doesn't look like teenage drama or a quick temper tantrum. It feels like years of pent-up anger boiling over. Remember that viral meltdown at the Atlanta Falcons game? That wasn't no random stunt, and it definitely wasn't for clout. It was a red flag that this family feud was about to get very real. We all had our phones out, watching in disbelief as the Harris family suite turned into a full-on gladiator pit. King stood tall and defiant, shouting that he stands on business, practically daring his own father to shut him up. And there was T.I., the self-proclaimed king of the South, sweating bullets as he tried and failed to keep his son under control.
Like that, so him being arrested isn't really like the shocker, it's him coming out and his, I guess, reaction to it, right? Because everybody's saying, King, you grew up privileged, bro. Why are you going down this path? Now he's talking about F the police, F12, so it just, he.
The whole showdown spilled live on Instagram for the world to see, and it was messy. This wasn't some playful family roast. It was raw, unfiltered chaos. T.I.'s face was red with frustration as the back and forth spiraled out of control until he finally snapped and threw King in a headlock. Cameras caught just enough. King screaming, "Get off me!" while T.I. barked back, "You're embarrassing yourself and your family." That wasn't discipline, it was desperation, and it left the internet stunned. Tiny jumped in thinking she could calm things down, but her attempt at damage control made it 10 times worse. She blurted out to the world that King sucked on a pacifier until he was 12. And nobody could figure out if she was trying to clown her son or take a shot at T.I. Either way, the perfect Harris family image, finished, buried, gone for good. But what really rocked fans was King's bombshell confession. He claimed he didn't even grow up in that flashy mansion we all saw on TV. Instead, he says he was living with his grandmother. King's been pushing this story hard, brushing off the silver spoon label, and insisting he came up from the struggle, not from luxury. To the outside world, it looked like King had it all: mansions, cameras, and a front row seat to hip-hop royalty. But once he dragged his grievances into the spotlight, everything flipped. Suddenly, those fiery posts and hostile tracks weren't just acting out. They felt like a coded cry, proof that something rotten had been festering inside the Harris household for years. And this is where things get explosive. The whispers say King went behind T.I.'s back and took a secret paternity test. This wasn't no teenage tantrum over curfews or social media passwords. This was a son digging for the truth about his own bloodline. For years, folks have been side-eyeing the timelines, asking quiet questions about who really fathered who, and now King allegedly decided to find out himself.
Trying to coddle him for. Let the man walk off, have some time to himself, sit down, soak it up, and come up with what he need to do.
The rumors claim he's been carrying this desperation for answers, and that fury we've all seen online. It suddenly looks less like rebellion and more like the rage of somebody realizing they might have been lied to their entire life. Every viral outburst, every clash with his father takes on a heavier meaning when you imagine a young man questioning his whole identity. And if the speculation is right, if King's results didn't line up with the Harris family narrative, then we're not just talking about a household secret anymore. This would be the kind of revelation that detonates careers, rattles Atlanta's power circles, and sends ripples through the entire music industry. The internet didn't just watch this drama unfold. It threw gasoline on it and lit the match. TikTok, being TikTok, wasted no time turning the Harris family's pain into trending content, spinning conspiracies so wild even daytime talk shows started circling the story. The juiciest one? That King isn't T.I.'s son at all. Some posts hint at a hidden arrangement straight out of a soap opera, claiming King's real mother isn't who we think, but allegedly Tiny's secret daughter. If true, that would flip the whole family tree upside down, making it look less like a dynasty and more like one of those messy puzzles with missing branches and names scratched out. Outrageous? Absolutely. But when has that ever stopped the internet from running with a rumor? Tiny and Zonique weren't about to let the talk slide without clapping back. Tiny hit Instagram, shutting it all down as lies you read, while Zonique snapped back asking which street this word come off of. They tried to swat the rumors away, but once the court of public opinion locks onto a scandal, there's no unringing that bell. The whispers are out, and now everyone's picking sides. And let's be real, none of this chaos would sting so bad if the Harrises hadn't spent years selling themselves as hip-hop's first family. They gave us the glossy highlight reel, platinum hits, Grammy nods, VH1 spin-offs, perfect Instagram-ready kids, and family barbecues filmed like episodes of reality TV. For over a decade, they were the model of money, fame, and family values all packaged neatly into an empire. Now that image is cracking, and the world can't look away. Now that the cameras bounced, the scandal started spilling out like a busted bottle. And the Harris name ain't safe no more. King ain't the only one catching heat. Legal runs, arrests, and raw, unfiltered rants are popping up like bad notifications, and the headlines won't stop. King's been magnetic for trouble, reportedly arrested in Georgia after a late-night traffic stop where a firearm was allegedly found, and then flexing online like he still got his chain. Classic bravado that fuels the gossip mill. This ain't the glossy TV family we grew up watching. It's a young man slipping, spiraling, and every misstep gets replayed for maximum clicks and clout. The drama is amplified, every fight scrubbed and looped till it becomes the whole story and nobody's hitting pause. It's rough watching someone self-destruct under a spotlight that never wanted to shut up. But there's deeper heat under all that noise. Old scandals are back in play while King and T.I. were already beefing in public.
You know what I'm saying? Kind of woosah yourself outside of the public opinion.
The Harris name got dragged into fresh allegations from years past. Claims about forced misbehavior and trafficking are being tossed around, and that level of talk can pull federal eyes if there's smoke behind the fire. Then there's Sabrina Peterson, the one-time friend turned relentless accuser, claiming she's got receipts and ain't scared to drop them. She's even named King, saying she protected him from fallout before, and she keeps saying, "The truth is on my birthday, it's about me. The FEDS already have this. I think the fans need it." Meanwhile, T.I.'s playing it cool on Instagram, asking people to stop spreading lies. But once the internet wakes up, silence is a luxury nobody can buy anymore. As the feud with King keeps boiling, T.I. is out here trying to play it smooth, fronting like the family bond is still tight, even spinning the chaos into promo for King's music. After that wild Falcons game blow-up, T.I. jumped online, insisting, "The Harris family is tied like a knot. Nothing can break it." He told his followers, "We're all we have for life." But the public ain't buying that fairy tale anymore. Not when every week a new clip, rumor, or leak drops showing the dynasty crumbling in real time. King's outbursts don't feel like teenage tantrums. They hit more like SOS signals. Every rant, every messy live is a plea to be seen, to be heard, and to drag those locked-away family secrets into the light. The spectacle's too big to ignore now. Fans, critics, and even casual watchers are asking if this so-called Atlanta royal family has been built on smoke, mirrors, and cover-ups the whole time. The paternity whispers might just be the tip of something way uglier. Every TikTok theory, every shaky old family photo, every blink and you miss it side-eye fuels the sense that the Harris' picture-perfect brand was never what it seemed. And as King digs his heels in, refusing to let his dad control the narrative, one question is echoing everywhere. What else is hiding under the Harris Empire's rug? Meanwhile, King is carving out his own persona, loud and reckless. He's not just breaking from the family brand, he's burning the blueprint and scribbling his own story on the ashes. His whole image is now a billboard for rebellion. Instagram posts flashing boxing gloves, wild drip, and captions dripping with defiance. Gone is the primetime-ready TV kid. Standing in his place is a 20-year-old swinging for independence, dropping rap singles and sneering at the silver spoon tag. And let's be real, there's something raw, edgy, but also desperate in the way he's pushing this rebel prodigy act. Every move screams, "Don't tie me to T.I. Good or bad, I'm King Harris, and I'm rewriting my own script, one wild post at a time. There's no clean getaway from a last name as heavy as Harris. No matter how hard King tries to peel himself away from the family brand, the headlines drag him right back."
So the dynamics here are interesting, but I can't judge how the parenting is gone, because everything that we've seen has been stuff that many of us would have said or similar if we saw our children do this. But I will say this, a lot of what's happening is because it's in the public. Like most children don't have to do this in the public.
Every stumble, whether it's that Georgia arrest or the Falcons game explosion, just glues him tighter to the Harris circus, making sure the family drama stays front and center. And it ain't just the press keeping him chained, it's his own bloodline too. For every fiery rant King drops about being misunderstood, Tiny or Zonique are quick to jump online, clapping back and begging folks not to buy into the gossip. But the more King pulls away, the more it feels like the legacy is boxing him in, trapping him in a tug-of-war between scandal and expectation. Look deeper than the headlines, and those cracks in King's identity don't look like branding issues. They look like real scars. Behind the noise about fights and TikTok conspiracies, there's the story King himself keeps repeating, that he didn't grow up in those mansion halls we saw on VH1, but instead found safety at his grandmother Diane's house. That was his refuge, his real home, a world away from all the cameras and chaos. When King talks about her, his tone changes. He calls her mama, credits her with shaping who he is, and even takes her public scolding like it's the only criticism he respects. To the world, King might still look like the kid with gold teeth and chaos in his veins. But to those close to him, Diane's always been the anchor, the steady parent in a storm of handlers, managers, and reality TV smoke and mirrors. And if the whispers about that secret paternity test are true, that's the real hand grenade behind the Harris implosion. Emotionally, it would be King's ultimate rejection of the identity his parents worked years to polish. A high-stakes gamble to slice the cord and rewrite his narrative, even if it ripped the whole family brand apart. For King, sneaking to get those answers might not have been about humiliation at all. It might have been the desperate move of someone trying to end a lifelong suspicion that's been eating him alive. Now that the rumors are out in the open, the psychological cracks are impossible to ignore. The Harrises, once shielded by TY's ironclad brand, are splintering in ways no Instagram caption or staged family photo can ever fix. Every side-eye on social media, every cryptic lyric, every viral spat is a reminder that for King, chasing his own truth may matter more than holding on to reconciliation with the family. But the fallout doesn't stop at hurt egos. This dynasty is also a business. The Harris empire is tied up in management contracts, sponsorships, and TV deals, and a paternity dispute isn't just messy gossip, it's a potential legal landmine. If King's rumored test results ever became official, the fight over his place in the Harris bloodline could drag into courtrooms, creating chaos far beyond family dinners. Industry whispers are already spinning darker scenarios. Talk of legal estrangement, with some insiders hinting T.I. might even distance himself publicly. Or worse, take the nuclear option and officially disown King. For a family that's always sold themselves as Atlanta royalty, the optics of that move would be catastrophic. It could send shockwaves through their brand, wreck sponsorship deals, and shake the entire business machine that thrives on the illusion of a united front. And yet, behind the contracts and headlines, the deeper wound is personal. The psychological toll of questioning your own bloodline, while the world watches like it's entertainment, can leave scars no spotlight can cover.
What we're not gonna do is open up the door to my bedroom, as you shouldn't have to either. Open up the door to my bedroom for everybody to come in, chime in, and make their opinions about what we do and don't do or should or shouldn't do. But I will say this, whatever we ever have done, It's been done with consensual adults.
For all his bravado and defiant posture, King Harris now stands at a dangerous crossroads, torn between protecting his place in the dynasty or burning it all down in the name of truth. Is King the cautionary tale of a son who torched his own dynasty chasing a shred of truth, or a tragic figure cornered into breaking every taboo just to find peace? As the fallout keeps spreading, the Harris family's silence is louder than any denial. The world may never get the full story behind the paternity rumors, but the cracks are already showing, etched into every stiff red carpet photo and every awkward social media post where smiles look forced and unity feels fake. And this is where the story cuts deepest. King's bond with his grandmother flips the entire Harris fairy tale on its head. Was that glossy family life we all watched on TV just smoke and mirrors, staged for ratings, while the real love and stability came from Diane behind the scenes? Did King grow up feeling like a prop in somebody else's show, craving attention from parents who seemed more focused on image than on raising him? The idea alone shakes the foundation of Atlanta's so-called royal family. His anger now looks less like rebellion and more like heartbreak written in capital letters. The harder T.I. insists King was raised right, the louder King fires back that he had to carve his own path. And beneath all the gold teeth, Instagram rants, and bravado sits the uncomfortable suspicion that maybe he's never truly belonged in the Harris family at all. Because at the core, this ain't just about messy arguments or tabloid clickbait, it's about identity, both the biological kind and the legacy kind. If King really went searching for answers through that rumored paternity test, maybe it wasn't just curiosity. Maybe it was a suspicion that's been gnawing at him since childhood, that gut feeling of being the other in a family obsessed with appearances. If that's true, then it's no wonder the boy's lashing out. It's not rebellion, it's survival. What happens to a young man's sense of self when every family reunion, every glossy TV episode, and every red carpet smile is shadowed by doubt? King isn't just battling whispers. He's living inside a storm where every perfect photo feels like a lie staring back at him. And just when it looks like the Harris drama couldn't get any more toxic, here comes Sabrina Peterson, never one to miss the spotlight, promising fresh receipts that could turn this family mess into a full-on catastrophe. She claims the FEDS already have the goods, but she's teasing the fans with hints, saying she wants the world to see the truth for themselves. Peterson's not new to this rodeo. She's the same ex-confidant who once accused T.I. of threats, later brought claims of forced misconduct, and never stopped tossing gasoline on the Harris bonfire.
If you are going to be emotionally attached to how they receive it, if you're going to have an emotional attachment to their opinion.
Now she's dragging King into it, hinting that she once protected him, teasing DM receipts, and dangling evidence the family's been scrambling to bury. It's turning into a PR nightmare for T.I., who's been bouncing between denials and empty platitudes, posting stuff like, "It's a beautiful day to not spread lies," while the internet collectively rolls its eyes and scrolls on to the next viral thread. The deeper you dig, the shakier the Harris empire looks, more like a sandcastle waiting for high tide than a dynasty. VH1 already pulled the plug on their flagship show after the first wave of allegations, leaving T.I. bitter and ranting about no integrity, no closure. But with lawsuits, court cases, and constant gossip swirling, that dream of unity is slipping further away. Every new family portrait, every baby shower pic, every knot that can't be broken Instagram caption feels faker by the day, like a sitcom limping into its final season, long past the prime when anyone believed the script. Even Tiny's public defense of King, slamming the paternity rumors as nothing but clickbait, can't stop the flood. The harder the family pushes back, insisting everything is fine, the more the audience feels like they're hiding a bombshell too big to cover up. Something in the way they scramble just doesn't add up, and the internet knows it. Now the spotlight shifts. Everyone's waiting to see Peterson's next move. Will her so-called receipts finally serve the smoking gun that ends this dynasty, or will it just be another wild twist in a saga already packed with scandals and detours? The tension's so thick you could cut it with a knife. At the center of it all is King. Is he about to burn the whole Harris empire from the inside? Or will he become another cautionary tale, swallowed up by the very legacy he's been running from? Every post, every clapback, every denied accusation pushes the family closer to the edge, and the stakes couldn't be higher. This isn't just a scandal anymore, it's survival, and the curtain's been pulled back, and the Harris family can't hide behind TV magic any longer. One way or another, the truth will come out, and when it does, the dynasty that once called itself Atlanta's royal family may never look the same again. So what's your take? Are we watching the final chapter of the Harris' reign, or do they have one last comeback left in them? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, share with your people, and subscribe for the next chapter, because in this game, secrets never stay buried for long.